everyone. Thanks for visiting my YouTube channel, Hybrid Jamaican American Art, an art of Jamaican cooking, American power tooling, and much more. Today, I'll be seasoning some oxtail. Yes, oxtail that my Jamaican mother taught me how to make before I converted from learning from me Jamaican mother to me Jamaican auntie on how to cook Jamaican foods. To season my oxtail, I'll be using my usual seasonings of onion powder, black pepper, garlic powder, Jamaican oxtail seasoning, and fresh thyme. Now, I could have used liquid oxtail seasoning, but I've used that before. It was okay. But when I asked my mother said you can use either one, but she likes to use the powder. And personally, so do I. So let me get started. Now, of course, you can start with whatever seasonings you want to start with. But I'm going to start with the onion powder. And I'm the type who likes to kind of spread it around. I know some cooks, they'll just dump the seasonings into one spot, which I guess is okay, but that's not my thing. And I like to massage it. Massage your seasonings in. So now, my black pepper. And see already, sometimes you get too much in one spot. That's why you have to have nice clean countertops. And of course, when I touch the seasonings, of course now I'm adding the garlic powder. Of course you have to wipe them down after, sanitize them, because you have your hands and the meat. And you don't have to limit seasoning the oxtail to these seasonings. But this is what I like to use. And as some of you may know, if you've watched my channels before, if you've seen my cooking, whatever, then you know when I can, I like to have the foods seasoned, marinate for several hours, normally overnight. Because that way, the seasonings can really get into the food. Okay, now the most important ingredient. The oxtail seasoning, and in this case again it's Jamaican oxtail seasoning. And again, you can use the powder, the liquid, like I said before. I prefer the powder. I like the smell of this powder more than the liquid, but again, that's just me. To each their own. Okay, so now I'm going to really massage these spices and powders in. And you know me. Those of you who know me know I like spicy foods, but I don't want them too spicy. Okay, so here's how it's looking. I think I'm going to add a little bit more of each seasoning, just a little. Here we go again. Just a tad bit more black pepper and a tad bit more garlic powder because they tend to be stronger than the other seasonings. Just really massage it. Okay, now that those are all massaged in, I'm going to start adding this fresh thyme. Now, I forgot, I'm going to cut the ends. And then start adding them in. And I'll be adding other stuff too, probably like the onion, maybe peppers, but that I don't add until later. But I add the thyme in because that way, again, it'll just get all nice and seasoned in. That was kind of tacky to be putting on the counter, but again, okay, and I'm the type, you don't have to use as much thyme as I'm putting in, but I like thyme. Not as much as I like basil, but I like it. Okay. Now, of course, these are, see how it looks. I'll show you how it looks. But of course, when cooking it, it'll be much better. And again, if by chance you don't know, I sell these cutting boards. I'll put the link in the description box. That way, you can get yourself one. They also come in different sizes. See, that's a whole bunch of time, but again, that's the way I like it. Okay, so now I'm going to cover my oxtail, and then I'm going to put it in the refrigerator, let it marinate overnight, and then by God's grace, I'll be back tomorrow to cook up me some Jamaican oxtail. Okay, like I said, I let my oxtail marinate overnight for several, and I do mean several hours. So now it's time to start cooking it. Now, Cooking the oxtail, it's pretty simple, but it will take a few hours, so let me get started. Okay, so my stove is at medium, and now that it's warming up, I'm going to do things a little bit differently when I cook meat. I normally put the water in first, but right now I'm going to put the oxtail, seasoned oxtail in first, and just have it cooking just a tad. And now I'm going to put the water in because you don't want it burning. I'm going to start with a little bit of water. Now, like I said, oxtail is not hard to cook, but it will take a few hours. So while my oxtail is cooking, I'm going to chop up the onion, and I'll probably add a vegetable later on, but even if not, just start cooking. Okay, it's time to add more water to the pot. But since the bowl that I had the oxtail in has some leftover seasoning in it, you know a trick that I do. I put the water in the bowl, and then that way it's not a waste of the seasoning. Just gives it a little bit more flavor. But of course, just so you see, the oxtail is nowhere near ready. And of course not, because it's only about half an hour. Okay, I started cooking my oxtail a little over an hour ago. And like I was saying before, oxtail, it's simple to cook, but it takes a long time to cook. That's why I added more water, and probably will have to add even more water. Because in order for the oxtail to be cooked properly, really got to boil it down. Now, Jamaicans often cook their oxtail with butter beans. Nothing wrong with that, but me personally, me don't like butter beans. I like carrots. So I'm going to cook my carrots part way. And then when the oxtail is soft enough, I'll add the carrots. And that way, the carrots won't be too hard and they won't be mushy. Because those of you who know me know I don't like overcooked vegetables. Okay, so my oxtail is cooking for about 2.5 hours now. So it's definitely getting there. So now it's time to add the carrots that I was talking about. But before I do, I didn't think of this before, but I'm going to add a little bit of Jamaican browning just to give it a little bit of a nicer color. Not a whole bunch, just a bit. Yeah, this gives it a nicer, my opinion, gives it a nicer color without affecting the flavor. Okay, so I'm going to let that cook just for a few minutes, and then I'm going to add the carrots, taking out the thyme stalks. They don't want to come out, and I don't want to get burned. No sir, no mum. Instead of no sir and no ma'am. No sir, no mum. Like I said, My mother's Jamaican. I can't speak patois very well, but we understand it. Okay. Now I'm adding in my carrots. I guess you can add any type of veggie that you want. Like I was saying, Jamaicans often cook oxtail with butter beans. But personally, I prefer other vegetables. Okay, so I'm going to let this cook for a few more minutes. And then, like I was saying, the Jamaican oxtail will be nice and finished and ready to gobble up. So I'm turning down the heat to low. Then I'll be back. Okay, so it took about 2 hours and 45 minutes. But my Jamaican oxtail that my Jamaican mommy taught me how to make is done. Completely cooked and ready to be eaten up. And again, this is before I shifted from asking me mother how to cook the Jamaican food to asking me auntie how to cook the Jamaican food. They both taught me well. But after my American daddy died, I went from asking me mother to asking me auntie. Because like my mother told me auntie when she asked her, why do I keep asking her how to cook the foods instead of asking my mom how to cook the foods? She said, because according to your niece, your American brother-in-law was right. I'm good, but I'm not the great, wonderful Jamaican cook that you are. Thanks, auntie. And thank you for visiting my YouTube channel to watch me cook Jamaican oxtail. I know I'm gonna enjoy it. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if you have, thank you very much. And I hope you return to my YouTube channel, as by God's grace, I'll be returning with more Jamaican cooking and other aspects of high-breaded Jamaican American art. Till next time.